In this video I'm going to be telling you all the things I like and the things I don't like about the new Nike Ultrafly. I'm also at the end of the video going to be saving you a small fortune. What is up everybody, and welcome to our review of the Nike Ultrafly. Now this is the sort of flagship trail model from Nike. This is their ultra speed machine for the trails. This thing is built to go fast on that multi-terrain surfaces. We've got some very cool stuff going on here, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. But I bought the shoe purely because I like it, and I like to get the shoes where brands bring a new model out, where they try and crash into something different. So obviously this shoe is built for those trails. This shoe is built for those multi-terrain surfaces, but they've gone ZoomX, they've gone carbon plate, and I wanted to try it out. So like I said in the opening, I'm going to give you the things I like about the shoe, things I don't like about the shoe, and I'm also genuinely going to save you some money at the end of the video, so make sure you stick around for that. Now before we continue, have you subscribed to this YouTube channel? No? Well come on guys, get with the program. Right, okay guys, so where do we start? Let's talk about the things that are going on here. Let's talk about those stats and features with this brand new shoe from Nike. Okay, so £229. We've got full length ZoomX in the shoe. We've got the fly plate in here, which is a carbon fibre plate. We've got the vapor weave upper, which is like this meshy, mono mesh feeling shoe. Upper shoe, you know what I mean. So the big addition to the shoe is the Vibram or Vibram, whatever way you say it. Let me know in the comments. Outsole, that's a new addition to the trail shoes for Nike, which I think is a big positive. I'll come on to that in just a bit. So we've got some lugs going on the bottom, but they're not particularly deep. I don't know the exact measurement of them, but they're not particularly deep, but there's enough there to hang on. What else? You've got a very wide toe box here, so there's plenty of width in the toe box. Fits true to size. The shoe is weighing 11 ounces, 312 grams in my UK 9.5. We've got 8.5mm drop. We've got 38.5mm stack in the heel. I think that's probably about it actually, because you've got the ZoomX, got the plate, got the Vibram outsole, vapor weave upper, 38.5. Yeah, that's probably about it. Right, so this shoe is designed for fast trail running. I think Next Percent 3 with a Vibram outsole, some lugs on it. This is a racing shoe for the trails. It's the ultimate speed shoe for those trails, I would say. For me, it's a shoe that would work on the sort of multi-terrain surfaces I run on. If I was going to go up to the woods, I would probably, you know, stick on a Trabuco Max, or, you know, something from Brooks or Sockley, whatever I've got in the garage. But this is a shoe that, you know, is multi-terrain, so think, you know, fire tracks, gravel paths, down the river, that sort of stuff that I run on is where this shoe sort of fits in for me. But yeah, this thing is built for speed with the fly plate in it. You've got the ZoomX, obviously, which is the sort of premium fast midsole from Nike. Is this shoe built for me specifically? Absolutely not. Am I the sort of person who's going to go and run a race, a trail race? No, I'm not. So the shoe doesn't sort of suit me, but like I said at the start, I like it when they come out with these new shoes. Okay, so let's do things I like before we get into things I don't like. So things I like first is the width in the toe box and the fact that it fits true to size. I like the ZoomX, I'm a big fan of ZoomX, and it feels quite stable in here. 38.5mm is quite a good stack, I think, in this. It works well with the carbon plate in terms of stability, so no issue with that. I like the outsole, the Vibram outsole. I think that works well. It's not over the top in terms of the lug depth. So for me, again, down the canal toe paths and gravelly surfaces and things like that I'm running it on, the lug pattern and the grip is absolutely fine. It's not over the top, because sometimes in the trail shoes, you know, you get a big depth, but there's nothing here. You can really pick it up without feeling those lugs. I like the fit and feel of it. That's okay. The tongue is gusseted, so you get a really good lockdown. What else? I think it looks cool. I can't wait to see what the other colourways come in, but I think this prototype colourway that they've done, and they do the usual with the drops, is pretty cool. The laces are good, and as again, that midfoot lockdown with the lacing is very good. I kind of like that as well, and that's probably it in terms of the likes. No, to be fair to it, another like actually is the way it sort of rides air between the paces. So, you know, 8-minute miles, 9-minute miles, you can transition through those paces very well. It does hold the sort of goal pace, marathon pace that I'm targeting at the moment. Good. It is. There's nothing in terms of the performance of the shoe that I can question. In terms of the play, I'll come on to that in a minute. But overall, the ride and the paces in which you can feel through the shoe with the ZoomX is a positive actually. So that is one good thing I should mention, because the ride actually is kind of cool. But let's move on to things I don't like. I don't like the Vaporwave upper. It really does gather. And yes, it's breathable, but it's, I wouldn't say, the most comfortable feeling upper on a trail shoe. I don't like the weight. 11 ounces is way too heavy. This shoe should be about 9 ounces. I don't understand why this shoe is 11 ounces. Tecton X, for example, might even be like more than an ounce lighter than that. So I don't understand why Nike shoes at the moment are so heavy. But this shoe is too heavy at 11 ounces. I don't necessarily feel the plate. I just mentioned that, you know, the ride's good and that sort of thing, but I don't feel like it's in there, like the Vaporfly Next Percent 3. I really feel the plate. You can really feel that speed coming through. Maybe I'm not running quick enough in it. That could be the thing. I mean, I was, what was we down to? No, actually, we was down to 6-minute miles at one point. But it's not, I don't know, the plate for me is not, I mean, that's maybe not a bad thing for some people, but I just don't feel that plate or that feeling of speed that I was kind of expecting. That's what I mean. Yeah, I don't necessarily feel like rapid fast in it like I do the other two sort of premium Nike racing shoes. So that's kind of one dislike. But the biggest dislike is the price. This shoe is £229. And in no shape or form is it worth £229. Absolutely not. And I would strongly recommend that you don't buy the shoe, purely because it's £229. And there's nothing at £229 that can justify this shoe at all. No way. I bought the shoe purely because I'm a shoe geek. I like new tech. I like, obviously, when they come out with these kind of cool things like this. I think it's great that they've tried to do this. But there's absolutely no way you, as an everyday runner, need to buy this shoe. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this shoe, okay? Obviously, the weight, I think, is a problem. But in terms of, you know, what it's built for and what it's there to do, people like, you know, trail runners, like fast trail runners, are probably going to really dig this. But as an everyday runner, I just see absolutely no reason to justify spending £229 on this pounds on this shoe, especially when it weighs 11 ounces. I mean, that's a bugbear of mine. But yeah, look, what's the best way to sum this up? Now, I'm really going to contradict myself because I like the shoe. It's great in terms of the multi-terrain surfaces that I run on, being able to hold pace, feel stable, all that sort of stuff. But it's simply not worth £229 at all. And that's the thing with the shoe. I just, well, apart from the weight, but £229, there's just no reason to buy this shoe. But here's the thing, okay, and this is what I promised you at the start of the video. I'm now going to save you a fortune. Because if you're after something like this, right, you want a fast trail shoe that's got carbon in it, that makes you feel awesome, that you can hold pace, you can do all the stuff that, you know, you want to do in this, these kind of shoes, you buy the Hoka Tecton X. Now, not the Tecton X2, Tecton X1, because at the moment, I've seen that shoe for between £90 and £110 here in the UK. And that shoe can do everything this can. Now, you've got to watch your sizing on the Tecton X. Like most Hokas, you've got to really watch your sizing. But that is a phenomenal shoe, right? And it can do, in my mind, everything this does. And it's like, yeah, well, over half the price. So that's the message to you people. So I've just saved you, well, over £100. Yeah, because you don't need this shoe. If you want something like this, then you go and buy the Hoka Tecton X. So there we go, people. Yes, it's a funny old one, isn't it? I mean, I'm not having a go at Nike at all because I think the shoe's all right. It was absolutely fine on that 18-mile run that I did in it. But, you know, it's just £229. Who's got £229? But normal people, I just don't see why and how you can justify spending £229 on this. It's just pointless. It really is. Get the shoe. maybe in like 6 months time, if you can pick this colourway up a little bit cheaper, that's maybe a suggestion. But honestly, just go and buy the Tecton X, people, because if you're after a fast trail shoe, currently that shoe is £100, maybe less, and it can do everything the Nike Ultrafly can do, and you're getting it £100 cheaper.